Yo, this is your boy Big Gov Mattic. Thanks yourself for coming through. A lot of clubs we used to be hitting up, like Sensations back in the day was rocking. Anytime Big Daddy came or any of them cats came to North, we was there. Like Symphony Hall.
Yeah.
You know, when Red and Meth came and tore Symphony Hall down, you know, we was up in there too. So a lot of inspirational things happened in Newark, and we inspired a lot of people too, as far as on the music level, man. Definitely Brick City. Haas the Ripper inspired Jay-Z a lot. You know what I mean? Cats probably won't admit it or whatever, but you know, we were big influences, man.
Yeah, Brother Haas now. He's working with like Bill Cosby now.
Yeah. He's still doing his thing, but he still got the skill.
Hell yeah.
But just, you know, he got a message with his stuff now. From being a little cat, I was writing graffiti back in the day. Shout out to Jay Byrne, Mellow Max, and them cats, you know what I mean? Porno, LTD, and them cats. I used to write AUB, all. And me and my man Saber used to be bombing, you know, but that was the inspiration. I was doing the music since I was little, like from 4 years old on the keyboards and on the fucking drum set and shit. But, you know, as far as hip-hop inspiration, it was from the writers, you know what I mean? So I'm from the graph era of the hip-hop, you know what I mean? Where B-Boy did everything. A B-Boy DJ, he MC, he wrote graffiti, he breakdance, like, you know, you had all aspects of the motherfucking circuit just covered as a B-boy, you know what I mean? So I'm from that B-boy era. I'm proud to be from that era too, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cats that I looked up to from back in that era that now when I see them, they be like, yo, oh, you Gov? Like, they don't know who Gov is, but it's like, when they find out who I am for what I did, they be like, yo, bigging me up. But, you know, it's from them I get the inspiration, man. Definitely. I was MCing for a while. I would say seriously, me and my cousin Swan Sticker, you know, that's my brother cousin. Me and him, we had a rap group back in the day, you know, when it was all about rapping and all about skills, you know what I mean? C-Chill was the name of our group back then. You know, I started with that. Then we got down with Sport D. I don't know if y'all familiar with that name. Sport D and the Terrorist Clan. Sport D went on to become the infamous Diezzle Don. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, and that's my man. So we started with Sport D and the Terrorist Clan.
Did you guys have records out back then, or?
Nah, not back then.
Just demos?
Yeah, we had demos. Mm-hmm. We had underground mixtape. You know, it was all about tapes back then. So we had mad underground mixtapes.
So you got some hidden dats, stuff like that. Wow.
Cassettes on deck.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
As Sport D and the Terrorist Clan, and as the Terrorist Clan, we had a crew of people. We was like the first Wu-Tang. Like, it was like a lot of us. Laws of the Underground, Do It All Do. He was one of the artists. Redman was his DJ at the time. We had Jam C and MC Fudge that went on to become Rated R. You know, out of that camp, a lot of people popped off. Me and D Don popped out of that camp. So it was like, you know, that was the home base for, you know, the Jersey movement that we was bringing through, like that whole funk era, you know?
So was Diezzle Don, he was from Atlantic City, or he was from Newark and moved to Atlantic City?
Yeah, he's actually from Atlantic City originally. He moved here in the late 80s and, you know, came through here. He had a song out back in the day. D Don was in the business for a minute as DJ Sport D. He had the song called Bustin'. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. A lot of cats don't know about that.
Nah, talk about that. What happened?
Bustin'. It was the song that the guy was whistling, sitting on the dock of the bay. Boop, 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 boop. I can't whistle. That's what I'm singing.
Wow.
But, yeah, that was.
So there was a single that came out, like a big single, a club single.
They was on Urban Rock Records back in the day. That's the label that Chuck Chill Out and them was on. A lot of people was on that label back then. That whole thing, D Don was like the DJ of that and like the businessman behind the group. But you know, a lot of stuff was messed up back then, so it didn't really pop off. But he came to Jersey and met with us. Actually, he met with Lover J and them from East Star. Shout out to Lover J, Super 6 Lovers. You already know.
Word.
Old Disco, you know. And he came through with them, and he moved to Newark. He moved to Newark. He was with Rasta Rod. That's my man, Rasta Rod. Shout out Rasta Rod. And we all came together. We was just a big group of MCs and DJs. And basically, I used to produce everything for everybody. Like, I was like the one-man band in that motherfucker, yo.
All right, so you and D Don started getting together
and we branched off. And we made a pact back then that once whoever got on first was gonna pull the other ones through. You know what I mean? And it kind of went that way, but then it kind of didn't, because some people didn't do that. But shout out to a lot of brothers that kept their word. Redman definitely is one of them. You know what I mean? He kept his word. He came back and got us and put us on some stuff. So, I got to give him that shout out and that respect for that. You know what I mean?
And this was like before Ghetto Red Hot and that whole single, or
well, around that time. Actually, around that. But really, Red was with us from the beginning of the start. He just didn't feature on those songs with us, but he was like in there with us when we was doing our shit. You know what I mean? And that's where the vibe was at. So we had the vibe. Tame was there. We had the vibe, yo. First one was me and Diezzle Don. Year of the Independence, 1998, on Contract Rough House Records. We had to deal with Virgin New Tribe, but it ain't really pop off, so we did our own little thing independent. That's what it was about.
Yeah, I definitely want to get to the Family Day song, because that was such an ill song. There was so many people on that. Like, how did that come about?
That was on my album, Hell Up in Newark album. After me and D Don dropped the Year of the Independence album, the album with the weed on the cover, everybody know that. That's a classic right there. We dropped that, and then D Don did some solo stuff. I did some solo stuff. That came about. I just was doing a lot of production for a lot of artists at that time. I was doing production.
Yeah, because you brought people around each other that probably don't even talk to each other anymore. So that's what was so ill. Like, it was like it was under the same umbrella, like the Newark hip hop umbrella, but it was so many cats that had different things going on.
Yeah. Shout out to all my niggas that came and represented your boy on that joint too. Pace One, Tame One, Young Z, Roz Noble, Red Little Sister, Runt Dog, my little brother, Doc. You know what I mean? Niggas came through for that joint, so that was a blessing. But like I was saying, I was producing for everybody that was on that song. I was producing for, so that was crazy. So I just got them to feature on the joint for me while I was producing their stuff. And niggas just came in to like one day, one shot. Like, it wasn't no like everybody had time to write their verse. No, they ain't even hear the beat. They heard the beat that day and did their verse that day. So that was historical, you know what I mean?
Definitely. You can't get free people on a song now, you know what I mean?
At all. And you know what? That song was the inspiration to Close Your Doors, which was on Redman's Dr. Name album. That went platinum, of course.
And also they had another dope MC on there, Double O. What can you tell me about him?
Oh man, Double O. He's from back in them days too, the Terrorist Clan days, man. I messed with Dub for years, man. Like back in grade school, yo. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him, Swan Stick, and his brother Raouf. You know what I mean? Shout out Shorty Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on the Close Your Door joint. It was Young Z was on it. So it was kind of like that, because Roz was on it too, right?
It was actually the inspiration for that. Rare to tell you, that was the inspiration for that joint. Because when he heard Family Day and the way I put it together, he's like, yo, I got to do one of them on my album.
Tame was on there too, but they
we actually did two songs. We did a Close Your Door. Well, not really Close Your Doors, because that wasn't the name of it, but it was another song. We had Tame and Rob Digger on it. And Red didn't use that song because Nas came out with that beat. The Let It Flow beat off EPMD album, that old sample.
The Nostradamus.
Yeah, Nostradamus came out.
I hate that song.
So Red couldn't use the beat. He said he didn't want to use the beat, so he picked something else.
Also, you got two brothers, like actual brothers that are MCs as well. Yes.
My physicals, yeah. Shout out Runt Dog. You know what I mean? Y'all know him from Gilla House. And Wayne Dange, you know what I mean? Danger, Rick Mob, that's family. That's family right there, Lost Tribe. We about to drop something on them too, like some Three Brothers type stuff going on. So that's something to be looking out for too. I went on to do stuff for Laws of the Underground, Redman, Red and Meth.
And you also said you worked with Nature Born in the Lunatic Asylum?
Yeah, they was working with the Laws of the Underground at the time. Lunatic Asylum. Shout out my man Smurf, you know what I mean? All y'all brothers, man. Joe Bananas from Naptown, you know what I mean? Cincinnati, them boys is hard body out there, son. Hard body. And A lot of different productions I've done. You know, you probably didn't see my name on them, but I've done them. You know what I mean? I've done stuff with Craig Mack, Leela James, the R&B the neo soul singer R&B lady, Leela James. That's my little sister. Shout out Leela. Different outsiders. I did like 3 joints on their album. Y'all remember them, right? Yeah, I got the new CD out with a lot of the old stuff that I produced too. A lot of stuff with Molly G, Pace One, Lords of the Underground, Wayne Dane, Diezzle Don, the Governor, Run Dog. You know, it's just like a compilation of all my production, of all my work I've done in the past. Cats from Cali on here, my Heartless family out there. Shout out to Heartless Records in California. You know what I mean?
And you got these two plaques up here. I see.
Yeah, these my babies. Man, niggas got football trophies and bowling trophies. These my trophies right here. You know what I mean? I bowl them beats, baby.
And this is for Doc's the name right here.
Yeah.
And then
I produced one joint on there.
We got the Blackout, the first one, right?
Blackout, yeah.
Yeah.
Produced the joint on there, Checker.